Hello and welcome to Super Great Kids Stories, wise tales from storytellers around the world, which will make you laugh and sometimes cry. Recommended for ages 5 to 105. I'm Kim and I love stories. Hello, Super Great Kids, and how are you? I'm very happy because lots of you have been sending in beautiful pictures of the rainbird from last week's story. And I've been chatting to my friend Kate Corkery about which stories we're going to tell at our upcoming online summer show. We're hoping to share a few song stories because both Kate and I are big song fans. The story this week is called Inch Boy, and it's from Japan. It's a just because story, just because I really like it, and I think you might like drawing pictures of the monster, a big red oni. Oni are horned demon-like creatures in Japanese folk tales, and they're a bit like a cross between an ogre and a troll. The story is told by the talented storyteller Masako Carey. Masako is one of those lucky people who has lived in 2 different countries. She was raised in Japan and now she lives in Northern Ireland. So she knows plenty of stories about Japanese oni and Irish fairy folk. Lucky her. Just before we hear from Masako, I've got a question for you. Which is your favourite kind of monster and why? It might be a troll like in the Norwegian story Butterball, or it could be a beast as in the Brazilian story The Beast Who Wants a Feast. Or it might be a witch like Baba Yaga, or a giant like the Whistling Giants. Have a think about which monster you really like best and why. While we have a quick word with the grown-ups. Are you ready? Off you go.
Live, we're doing super great live on the internet. We're bringing you our Kim and Kate Corkery, telling their stories. We're telling them online. Tune in and watch them shine. So come along and join us if you can.
That was fun. When is this show, Kim?
Saturday, July the 20th, David.
And where do people get tickets and information?
From our website, supergreatkidstories.com.
Huzzah!
See you there.
Bye!
Hello, Super Great Kids, I'm back. Which monster did you go for? Maybe you could draw a picture of your favourite monster. I couldn't decide between giants and witches. I love witches because they can fly through the night sky and do amazing magic. But I love giants because they're so terrifyingly enormous and they stomp a lot. And now, it's time for this week's monster story. Let's give a very warm welcome to storyteller Masako Carey.
Hello, Super Great Kids. This is Masako again from Japan, and I have another Japanese story for you. Now, before I start, I want to explain to you about Oni. Oni is like between devil and ogre. And they're very big, they got bushy hair, goggly eyes and fangs coming out from their mouths, and they're usually showing off their rock-like muscles, and they wear tiger skin pants, and they carry a lethal weapon called kanabo, which is like a baseball bat, but it's made out of iron and has very sharp studs. It's very dangerous when Oni use it because they are so powerful. Now, my next story is related to this ogre. I wonder if you can remember how the story starts in Japan. Mukashi mukashi. Can you help me? Mukashi mukashi. Very good. So here we go. Mukashi mukashi, long time ago, there was an elderly couple. They always wanted to have their own child. And every day they would pray to God, please give us our own child, please, please, please. And one day their wish came true. They were blessed with a beautiful baby boy. But this boy was very, very small. But the couple didn't mind. They were overjoyed. They loved him. And they named him Isumboshi, Inch Boy. The Inch Boy grew up to be a fine young man, although he was a bit small. And one day he sat across from his parents and said, Father, Mother, I would like to go to the city. I heard that the Lord Sanjo was the most powerful man in the city, and I want to work for him for the good of the people. Well, the parents, they were sad to see him go, but at the same time, they were so proud of him. The mother, she got him a needle as a sword, and the father, he got him a wooden bowl and one chopstick as an oar and set him into the river. Oh, the trip to the city was such an adventure. Terrible storm came. Well, actually, it was just a bit of a strong wind with rain, but for Isumboshi, it was terrible storm. And then, I wonder if you know a fish called carp. They got big mouths and they tried to eat Isumboshi, so he had to fight with his needle sword. And eventually, he arrived to the city. He walked up the side of the bridge and he stopped one of the passerby. Simasen, excuse me. Passerby looked around. I wonder where the sound is coming from. She couldn't find Isumboshi. Hello, konnichiwa. I am here, down here. And she looked down and, oh, you are so small. Can I ask you a question? Would you please tell me where Lord Sanjo's house is? Ah, I know. The Lord Sanjo's house. If you keep on walking this stretch, you will get there. Thank you. So Isumboshi walked and walked and walked. And he came to this massive door. And left to right, as far as he could see, it was all Lord Sanjo's wall. And in front of this massive door stood a ferocious-looking guard. Isumboshi needed to pluck up courage to face the guard. And he said, Tanamon, excuse me. The guard looked around. He was wondering, where is this sound coming from? Tanamo, I'm down here. No? And he looked down, and there was Isumboshi. Oh, you are so small. Hello, I came to meet Lord Sanjo. Oh, I'll go and ask, said the guard. And Isumboshi was brought to the presence of the Lord Sanjo. And he looked at Isumboshi and thought, well, you're very small, but you do look clever. You can work with my daughter, Princess Sanjo. So from then on, Isumboshi became a servant for Princess Sanjo. And Princess Sanjo was lovely. She had gorgeous long black hair and she was kind and beautiful. She loved Isumboshi straight away and she taught him how to read and write and he learned it in no time. One day, Princess Sanjo had to go and pay a visit to a temple. She went there with Isumboshi and some guards. On the way back home, kasa, 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 there was a sound in the bush, and out came a red oni. The red oni was holding the cannonball, the iron bat with the studs on, the dangerous weapon. Who goes there? Oh, pretty princess. You can be my wife. And he started to walk towards the Princess Sanjo. And the guards, they went, charge! And they attacked Oni. But boo, boo, with a massive power, he threw the guards with his cannonball left to right. And no one was left there to guard Princess Sanjo. Oh, come here, princess. And then the sound was heard. Do not touch the princess. And Oni was wondering where the sound was coming from. And when he looked close, there, a little man was standing on Princess Sanjo's shoulder. What can you do? You're so small. Oni was laughing so hard and he had his mouth wide open. And Isumboshi, he jumped into Oni's mouth. Oh, that saved the trouble. Now come here, princess. And as Oni nearly reached Princess Sanjo, ouch, 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 ouch. Oni started to roll in pain. You see, what happened was when Inch Boy, he went into Oni's stomach, he took out his needle sword and he started to poke Oni from inside. Hey, yeah, tall. Do you want more? He said. Do you want to join me to poke Oni's stomach? Ready? Hey, yeah, tall. Hey, yeah, tall. Ouchie, ouch. Oni rolled in pain. Ouch, 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 ouch. Please come out. I'm sorry. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And after a while, Isumboshi jumped out from Oni's mouth. And Oni ran as fast as he could. And because he was in such a hurry, he dropped a valuable thing. It was uchide no kozuchi, a magical mallet or magical hammer. And Princess Sanjo knew about it and she said, Oh, Isumboshi, this mallet can make your wish come true. Then in that case, princess, please make me bigger. I will. So princess held a magical mallet and she went, Okiku, okiku, okiku nare. Maybe you can help the princess to make Isumboshi get bigger. So okiku means get bigger. So can you say that word together? 3 times. Ready? Okiku, okiku, okiku nare. And Isumboshi, he grew up taller, and became a fine young man. A handsome one, if I may add. And what do you think happened next? Yes, the princess and Isumboshi got married. And Isumboshi called his parents to the city. And they all lived happily ever after. Oshimai. That means the end. Can you say that with me? Oshimai. The end.
Thank you so much, Masako, for sharing that story and for teaching us some words in Japanese. I like learning words in other languages. So, arigato is thank you in Japanese, and konnichiwa is hello. Imagine being just 1 inch high like Inch Boy. You'd have to be very brave and pretty clever to set off down a river in just a little bowl, armed with only a needle to outwit an enormous ogre. I wonder if you could draw a picture of what the Oni or ogre looked like to you as you listened along. Or you might like to draw tiny little Inch Boy standing on the ogre's tongue and bravely flourishing his needle sword. Send your pictures to us via our Facebook page, facebook.com/supergreatkidsstories, or to our website, supergreatkidsstories.com. And here's another little question. Would you rather be 1 inch tall, that's about 2.5 centimetres or the size of a small mouse? Or would you rather be 65 foot tall? That's about 20 metres, about the height of an average oak tree. And why? Why don't you tell your grown-ups which you'd rather be? Now, it's time to say hello to some average height owlets who've recently swooped into our nest. A big hoot hello to Owlet brothers from Steubenville in Ohio. Augie, who is 5, and Abraham, who is 8, and their cat Speck. They especially love the Anansi trickster stories. Augie has sent us a great picture of the ghost of the bloody finger. Good writing too, Augie. And to 6-year-old Naona, who lives in Assam in northeast India. Naona listens every day and has just started listening to the super great scary stories since becoming an owlet and really likes them. Well done for being brave, Naona, and welcome to the club. Hello now to Apple subscribers Shiloh, Eden, Jude, Ren and Misha. Eden became an owlet for her 9th birthday. I hope you had a happy day, Eden. And she wanted to make sure we say hello to her siblings too, because they all listen to stories together in the car, which is very thoughtful of you, Eden. So here, once again, for Eden is a hello to her owlet siblings, Shiloh, Jude, Ren and Misha. Welcome to the club. And over to Connecticut in the east of the US now to say hello to Lena, who is 6, and Natalie, who is 3, and Mum, Julie, who is 49. Lena loves fairy tales and scary stories, and Natalie loves the stories about animals. Mum, Julie, says she likes the stories as much as her daughters do. Well, that's good to hear, Julie. You are not alone. There are many of us grown-ups who enjoy a good traditional tale. Over now to Norman in Oklahoma to say hello to Lane, who is 8, and Nora, who is 5. Nora loves to sing the song from Wild Jack and the Two-Headed Giant. And Lane's favourite stories are Cap of Rushes and Tom Tit Tot. And their mum likes the Russian story, The Dancing Birch Tree. Good choices. Let's flip-flap-fly next to New York and say hello to 8-year-old twins Egret and Joel, 5-year-old Absalom and 1-year-old Osa. Joel's favourite story is The Cake Tree. Egret likes the Anansi stories. Absalom's favourite is The Little Half Chick. And their baby sister Osa loves it when they all sing Medio Pollito to her. All 4 children have birthdays this summer, so this is a big hoot out to all of you. And staying in New York, a big hooty hello to 5-year-old owlet Ari. Ari's been listening to Super Great Kids Stories for 2 years. He loves them all and listens whenever he's in the car. Such dedication, Ari. Thank you for supporting us and being such a loyal fan. And over to Wisconsin in the US next to say hello to new Owlet, Wilder, who is 5 and has been listening for over a year. Wilder listens to the stories while in the car, on the way to parks, on walks, and while his little brother is napping. His favourite stories are about Anansi the trickster spider. Especially he likes Toop's telling of Anansi and Tiger Fat. That is a funny one, I agree, Wilder. And last but not least, a hello hoot to Ember, who's been listening to Super Great Kids Stories since she was 3. And this week she turns 6. Wow, such loyalty, Ember. I think that makes you a super fan. Her favourite story is The Magic Orange Tree, the first Super Great story that she ever heard. Her favourite part in the story is when the girl sings her song and sends that mean stepmother far away up into the clouds. And Ember has sent in a tip-top picture of that very story, with the girl standing next to her orange tree, surrounded by lots of friendly animals. Really well drawn, Ember. Thanks for sharing it. That's it for the Owlet Hootouts. More next week. And thank you to 7-year-old Maddox from the UK for giving us a lovely review on Apple Podcasts. So many good pictures coming in at the moment, it's hard to choose, but our pick of the week pictures are one of Anansi, drawn by 8-year-old Iris from County Galway in Ireland, who listens to Super Great Kids Stories while travelling to and from school with her sister Ria. Iris has drawn a picture from Why Anansi Has Long Thin Legs. He looks very uncomfortable as he's being pulled in all directions by the threads of web which he's attached both to his friends' cooking pots and to his legs. That'll teach him for being greedy. Really well drawn, Iris. And lots of you've sent in beautiful pictures of last week's story, The Rainbird, from Southern Africa. 7-year-old Noah from South Africa has drawn a rainbird with beautifully coloured rainbow wings stretched out to make the rain fall. While Kemi, the little girl in the story, sings a song encouraging it to bring the rain and help the food grow. Thanks for that, Noah. Really beautifully drawn. If you'd like to see these super great pictures and lots more, go to facebook.com/Super Great Kids Stories. And thanks very much to all of you who are subscribing to our podcast. We couldn't manage without your support. If you'd like to support us on Apple Podcasts or on Patreon, we'll say hello to you on the programme, and you can hear our stories advert-free, and you'll get 40 bonus stories and at least 23 super great scary stories. For more information, go to our website at supergreatkidsstories.com. That's nearly it. Kate Corkery and I will be performing a live online summer show for you on July the 20th. A family ticket costs £10, just under $13. More information on the news section of our website, supergreatkidsstories.com. We're really looking forward to meeting you there. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Happy holidays! This podcast was produced at Wardour Studios in fabulous Fitzrovia in London.